Hi, welcome to Honeybyt. This is Taina, and here I'm condensing my wisdom, the learnings from podcasts, etc., into little bite-sized sweet versions. Honeybyt means honey by tea, meaning Taina. Today, I am summarizing a podcast from Mel Robbins, probably my favorite podcaster, and her guest, Vanessa Van Edwards. She is a best-selling author, researcher, and scientist. How to read body language so that you get what you want. Episode 167. Vanessa describes two different set of energies. One is the social energy and two is the work energy. While many just focus on the work energy, also pay attention to your social energy and where you are spending it and where you are wasting it. In a research study conducted across numerous high schools, it was proven that the person who is liked most likes most people. It's that person that greets everybody in the hall, knows their name, does chitty chat. Oftentimes we are too cool to be the first one to like, but she encourages us, be the first liker. Say, I love working with you. I really like spending time with you. So be authentic and open yourself up. Vulnerability is the fastest way of other people liking you. In a study, they had a model prepare smoothies in a mall. And she did everything perfectly. She put the strawberry on top. And in another instance, she accidentally spilled her drink and then served it. And the patrons had to rate her likability on a scale. And she was liked more when she made a little mistake. Vulnerability is the fastest way to make you more likable. Weaknesses, like whispering to somebody, oh my God, my feet hurt. How about you? Makes you instantly more likable and creates an emotional connection. When you're in a room where people are standing, pay attention to the toes. The toes will point to the person who's most influential. So it can be the boss, it can be a celebrity in the room, but our toes point towards that person, even though our face is facing another direction. Our toes basically point where we want to go. Also, if somebody is about to leave, their toes will point into the direction of the exit. Here are a few body language tips. Have the distance between your earlobes and the shoulders be as big as it can be, because this means that your neck is vulnerable, and that means that you feel safe. So if you're hunched, that automatically will make you feel and show the others that you feel small. So open up the chest, put the shoulders down, because then you have the feeling and the visual cues of feeling safe. It also keeps your voice strong, because if you're shrinking in, then your voice loses its power. Keep your arms away from your body, because that also signals that you feel safe. All of your organs are vulnerable. You're not protecting them, you're exposing them. And if checking your phone, if you do it like this, your neck is scrunched in, so your voice is lower and you feel less powerful. Lift your phone up and hold it out and away where you are at eye level. And this is how you can keep that posture, especially just before important conversations. So chin up, eyes up. When you're sitting in a room, make sure you choose a chair with armrests, because that makes you feel broader. A good hand gesture to use, and that is often used by people in power, is the steeple. Oprah uses it a lot. And if you use the steeple, keep your fingers still. Don't do the tapping or drumming, because that feels intimidating. Another great hand gesture, if you have a very exciting news to share, is rubbing your hands, because that will whet the appetite of the audience. Always have hands visible. We believe gestures more than we believe words. So if I say, I have 3 good news for you, you are looking at the hand and you don't listen to what I say. So gesture trumps word. Pay attention to your vocal cue. If your voice gets fry and you talk a little like this, then just add more volume. And if others talk with a fry voice, just ask them to speak up. An interesting study in regards to the verbal cues. In a game that was exactly the same, except for the description, one group was told they're playing a community game, and the other group was told they're playing a Wall Street game. The behavior was completely different. The community group players donated 2/3 of their proceeds. The Wall Street game group donated 1/3. So just this one phrase already set the expectation and the mindset of the participants. We can all get primed by a single word. So use priming in your business. If you call a meeting, give it a a catchy name that already evokes that feeling that you want to have during that meeting, like collaborative meeting, brainstorm session, creative hour. Make this purposeful. Wake up your words. Also use powerful verbal cues for your calendar. It's like Taina's power hour or go and get it afternoon. So you implant those verbal cues already in your mindset. In conversation with other people, stay away from the safe questions like, how are you? How are the kids? Conversations are going to be on autopilot. Instead, use these phrases. What's been fun lately? Working on something exciting? What's the best thing that happened to you all day? Anything fun coming up? That means that your conversation partner is looking through their brain, looking for exciting things and for fun things. Already sets the tone and will make you much more memorable. Humans are very contagious. If we sit by somebody who's super productive, our productivity increases, and vice versa. If we sit next to an unproductive person, our productivity goes down. Humans can also smell fear. One interesting study had participants running on the treadmill. They collected their sweat. Another group jumping out of an airplane for the very first time, and then they collected their sweat. Volunteers smelled both sets of sweat, and those who smelled the sweat of the skydivers, their fear center in the brain lit up, even though they had no idea what they were smelling. So we are basically leaking our emotions, and we are capturing the emotions that other people expose us to. A tip on where to stand at a networking event. Do not stand right by the entrance. People coming in really just want to scan the room, see if there's food, see if there are drinks. They will not pay any attention to you. The best place to catch people is at the exit of the bar. Once they have received their drink or their coffee, taken a sip, then they're willing to mingle. And that's your cue to approach them and ask something like, hey, how's your wine? What did you order? And strike up a conversation because they are ready to talk. And in a social gathering, it's always beneficial to stand in the area of the host or of a very extroverted person who wants to make connections. They will be able to bring you in and introduce you to other people. Vanessa shared her productivity exercise called alphabet work. It's all about breaking up your social and your work task into 4 columns, A, B, C, D. In the A column, you write everything that you are extraordinary at. You are better than most people. You have the flow when you're doing these tasks. You feel comfortable. You feel accomplished. You are known for these tasks. And for your social work, ask yourself, what is the environment that I'm most comfortable with socially? Where do I thrive? Who are your A people that you are super authentic with? All of the people that just give you loads and loads of energy. Next column is B, and all of the work tasks that you're pretty good at, but they're not your favorite. You can get through the tasks, but you're not really known for them. Your social task, you like the environment that you're in, but you're not loving it. And your B people are the people you really like to be around, even though it takes just a little effort. Your column C is the work tasks that you're average in. Like you're just a tiny bit embarrassed, but you can still do it. You're not really proud of these tasks, but you're able to accomplish them. And D are your tasks that you are worst at. Like, don't even hand those to me or it will be a disaster. And if you bring that comparison to people, it's people that are just draining your energy. Your day ideally should be all about optimizing your A work and A social environments, and ideally handing off your B, C, and D tasks to somebody else. Also check in your team what their A task is and assign them those responsibilities. So acknowledge that you have D tasks and have specific days where you're just grinding in through your D tasks. Put on some music, sleep a little longer, and just grind through it. It's really all about managing your energy and to have a pause at the end of the day and to reflect on the work tasks and social tasks that you had throughout the day. And give it a quick rating and see how you can improve that ideally the next day. And when it comes to goal setting, ask yourself, do I like the result of that goal, or would I also enjoy the process? An example is, do you want to be a published author, or do you really love writing books? Because one is not like the other. So ask yourself what your goal is, see what all of the tasks are that you need to accomplish. And if you have a lot of A and B tasks in it, then go for it. And this was today's Honeybyt. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button. And today was all about Mel Robbins podcast number 167 with Vanessa Van Edward. And I hope you'll be inspired.